Today our topic is integration. Integration defined as a continuous process and it is linked to differentiation by the fundamental theorem of calculus. In everyday life, the word integration refers to putting things together with while differentiation refers to separating or distinguishing things. The simplest kind of differentiation in mathematics is subtraction, which tells us the difference between two numbers, while the simplest kind of integration in mathematics is addition. Before going on, it's important to know about the summation and the symbol used for summation. We often read such type of terms. This is the shorthand for the summation of these terms. This symbol, which is used above, is the Greek letter, which is known as sigma. And this letter is equivalent to the Roman letter S, which we use in our daily life. And this S is used for sum. We read the expression above. This expression as the sum of ai as I runs from 1 to n. The sum of ai where I varies from 1 to n. Let us see an example related to the summation. In this example, it is said to find this summation. We have to find the sum of this expression k square minus k, where k varies from 2 to 5. K will be 2 at first stage. K is an integer plus. We will take k as 3 and then k is 4. And at the end, we take k as 5 and we take the sum of these terms, which is at the end 40. To evaluate sum of ai where I varies from m to n. In this notation, m is always less or equal to n and both are and all are integers and ai are real numbers. Let I take each integer value such that I lies between m and m. For each such I evaluate ai. For each I evaluate ai and add the resulting numbers. There are n minus m plus 1 of them. You can see the above example. K varies from 2 to 5 and here 2 is m and 5 is n. Number of terms n minus m plus 1 means there should be 5 minus 2 plus 1, which is 4. terms. Examine here 1, 2, 3 and 4 terms. So if our summation of ai where I varies from m to n, we will have the sum of n minus m plus 1 terms. These are the properties of summation if we want to find the sum of ai plus bi, where I varies from m to n. We can separate the summation of ai and bi, and then by adding these two sums we can get the same result. Similarly, if I varies and c is constant, we can put this c outside of the summation as described in 2. If m is less or equal to n and n plus 1 is less or equal to p, and we have a summation of ai where I varies from m to p, we can break it in this form that we can take first summation of ai where I varies from m to n, and next summation of ai where I varies from n plus 1 to p. The fourth property, we see that if ai is equal to c for all I, with I varies from I lies between m and n, where c is some constant, then we can put it in this way, because every ai is equal to c. Now this c can be multiplied the number of terms, and we know in a summation the number of terms are always n minus m plus 1. We can multiply this by c. The last property, if ai is less or equal to bi for all I where I lies between m and n, the summation of ai and summation of bi will hold this inequality for I varies from m to n in both cases. Let's find the sum of the first n integers. We see that the sum of n integers where sum of I where I varies from 1 to n is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2, half of the product of n and n plus 1. Let's try to prove this result. Here we suppose that S is the sum from I varies from 1 to n, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to n term. Then write S again with order of the terms reversed and add the two sums. First we write S as 1 plus 2 plus 3, and secondly again we write S in the reverse order. Adding, we see that 2s is the sum of n plus 1, n plus 1, n plus 1 and so on. Each term is n plus 1, and we know these all are n terms. Since there are n terms in the sum, the right hand side is n into n plus 1. Very easily we have calculated the sum of 2s terms. So 2s is equal to n into n plus 1, and we can easily obtain that S is 1 by 2 n into n plus 1. Find the sum of the first 100 integers. If we have to find the sum of first 100 integers, we can use this formula which we have derived in the last slide. We take just n as 100 and we will obtain the required answer, which is 5050. Find the sum of these terms. If we have to find the sum from 4 to 29, we can write it in this form. Summation of sum of I, where I varies from 4 to 29. We can write it as that if we vary I from 1 to 29, then we have to subtract the sum of I from 1 to 3. This is just the use of common sense, and we use the third property which we have discussed later before this. And using this formula twicely, we obtain the sum of required terms, which is 4 to 9.